Hi, welcome to the small shed and welcome to a new Cyclekart build. See you in a minute. Now the 5th of March today is a fairly historic sort of day in UK cycle karting world, in that it's the first gathering that's formalising the sort of structure of it. At the moment, up until now, it's been a collection of individuals getting together every now and again with cycle karts and hiring a kart track or whatever, but without any formal organisation. We have a forum that's set up on the internet and a Facebook page, but there's no formal structure. That is hopefully changing today at Gaydon in Warwickshire, and there will be a much more sort of important and organised body that will sort the whole thing out on a much more regulated basis, I hope. Not too regulated, but we need some sort of consistency of things for things like insurance and that sort of thing. The other reason it's significant, if you like, for me, if not for anybody else, is that I'm starting a Cyclekart build diary release, if you like, on YouTube. Now, this has been going on for a while, so it's not as if I'm coming into this promising, oh, I'm going to build this, I'm going to build that, and these things fade away and die. There is in the garage at the moment opposite me, the bones of the Cyclekart. There is a bit of chassis together and the front end is together, and we've got all the parts. So it's not pipe dreams, it's nearly there. Not quite, but it will be there in the next few weeks. We should have a rolling chassis, and by that time you'll have seen how I've got there over the last year, because it's taken about a year to get through all of the design and that sort of thing. Little bit about me. Peter Lloyd. I live in Droitwich in Worcestershire in the UK. I am no stranger to cars. I had a long bringing up through cars with Dad and Austin Sevens in particular, and I built the three-wheeler kit car that's out in the garage, an F355 replica based on an imported Toyota that I brought into the country, and I've done an awful lot of other builds because I'm a maker at heart rather than a cycle karter, if you like, and that may or may not be where I sort of bump up against the cycle karters a little bit, in that the intention, I know, is to build caricatures of the cars. I am, being a model maker, aiming more towards the trying to build a replica car that's 80% size, and I know that doesn't quite work always, and I know it won't work quite always, but I'm striving to get as close to that as I can and make a model rather than chuck together a load of bits of metal and thrash it around a track. So we'll see how that goes in time. I'm sure, like all of these things, like many of the things I've discovered over the last few weeks, months, that you set out with ideals and sooner or later you come to the realisation that the people that have been doing these things for years know far more about it than you do, and you're right. So we'll see how we get on. Now, of interests outside cars, I build model railways. I built model railway layout that I take around to exhibitions. I'm a member of a club, a railway club, not far away from where the meeting will be today at Gaydon, where there is a 40 foot by 16 foot railway layout that I've been working on since 2005. So model making is something that I've always had in my bones. I go to a men in sheds group on a Wednesday where I'm sometimes supervising and sometimes making stuff. we've made things there. I've made a Palletwood Land Rover for a local school. You'll see in the proper introduction video on Wednesday that I've made stuff for the children as well, play equipment, beds, things like that. So that's me, that's the build, if you like. What I'm intending to do is to put out a video every Wednesday that is effectively a diary of the build. It's fairly slow to start with because there has been a lot of time spent thinking about translating drawings into mock-ups and then playing with it. Because I'm new to it and I really don't know what I'm doing, there will be times you will no doubt be frustrated by seeing things that you know are wrong, and it's no point in putting something in the comment and telling me that, because that was last March or April or May. It will have happened. I will have either learnt my lesson or I'm about to learn it when I find the front wheels fall off or something like that. So there's an element of that about it. And it's probably far more in depth than anything you'll have had before, because again, I'm primarily a YouTuber. Although it's done purely for a hobby, it's done from my point of view to focus me on getting things done. I used to be a great starter of projects but that never finished, and I've found over the past 4 years that having the YouTube channel keeps that discipline, that I know I've got to get something finished because I've got to get a video out and that sort of thing. So I think it's set me up right to get the job done in the end. But it does mean that I'm more inclined to make a 20-minute video than people that will just say, this is how I put the body on and it's done in 5 minutes or whatever. I've already got in set up ready to release about 40 videos, and they are only just getting me towards assembling the chassis, if you like. So it'll be relatively slow. It's not for everybody. But if there's anybody starting out that wants to follow how I did it and where I went wrong and the things I've learnt from it, you're welcome to come along for the ride. As I say, it'll be every Wednesday. I will put a build diary up both on the UK Cyclekart forum and the US one, I think, and then at least I can just trigger off the fact that there's a new video out when it comes out, and brief idea of what's in it, so that it may or may not interest. So I hope that's of interest. Look forward to you coming along to join me for the ride on Wednesday. You're welcome, and if you do, I'll see you then. Bye.